we've got some more feedback for the show. Can I start with that?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
All right.
From our 12 viewers.
Yeah, well,
12 listeners.
First off, one person asks, it's kind of hard to tell where we are. Are they actually recording this at a restaurant while they grab a bite?
Are we actually recording it at a restaurant?
What kind of a maniac would sit down for, like an hour, have this whole long conversation, pretend to be...
Is that what they're suggesting?
Somewhere they're not.
So they think that we're just putting up this picture of a restaurant, the music, the background noise, but we're just a couple of jerks in some guy's house. Of course we're in a fucking restaurant.
Sitting in some guy's basement with no meal.
Yeah, okay. We're done with the feedback already for today. I'm already riled up.
Can we get back to Weinstein? Because Weinstein is the gift that keeps on giving.
We're going to go back to this sexual assaulter of both women and plants alike.
We talked about him last week. And by coincidence, we talked about him in connection with robots and Bezos and Amazon.
Oh, yeah, we did him in the same segment where we talked about Amazon and Bezos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So first things first, I just want to point out some of the great things that Weinstein has precipitated. So Ben Affleck
is it wrong to suggest that he's precipitated something great after all these allegations?
Well, I mean, I think it's like anything else. You get lemons and you make lemonade.
All right.
So Weinstein, disgusting animal, obviously has a lot of friends in Hollywood who come out to defend him, friends in the fashion industry. Ben Affleck comes out to defend him. Within hours, is accused also of sexually assaulting women.
Well, he didn't defend him. He just didn't give his most full-throated condemnation of him.
Well, I mean, so this is the thing, right? Because there are rumors that he and Matt Damon, back in like 2004, 2005, something like that, were told that the stories were going to come out about Weinstein. And it's just a rumor that they went to the New York Times and other news outlets and said to them, do not run these stories.
Really?
So the story is that these guys, because he created them, basically. He helped them start
Good Will
their career.
Hunting was where they started, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they're all good friends. So Affleck basically, he's laying off Weinstein and almost immediately is accused of sexually assaulting Hillary Burton, for which he then apologized.
Oh, I saw the article about that.
Yeah.
But I even saw a worse one. I found one from a video all the way back in 2006 where he appears drunk and completely unhinged, and he's assaulting this French reporter.
Well, you usually show a lot more cleavage than this. What's the story? Why are you covering it up today?
Well, it's Sunday morning.
It's Sunday morning. That never stopped me before from getting the titties out. What are you trying to fool? Sunday morning. You could be in church. You usually have that rack on display. The deacon, right? Am I right? That's how it goes, right? I mean, usually it's a bikini and the whole thing. You should work at Fox here in LA. You'd blend right in. They would love you. They do that. Fox LA, they have a...
So he's doing a terrible French-Canadian accent.
I mean, he's drunk and he's sexually assaulting this woman.
Well, she's sitting in his lap and he's like all over her.
He's grabbing at her.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's like the middle of the day they're doing this.
Yeah,
he
got drunk at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the guy's a total degenerate. This isn't even the worst part. He then goes on to pretend to have cerebral palsy and just mocks people with cerebral palsy.
In this clip?
Now watch this.
Don't make me look like I am retarded. I look like I have cerebral palsy now.
So let me see if I got this straight here. Trump possibly during his campaign mocked a critic of his who had
a disability. Physical disability.
And, that's deplorable, that's disgusting. Ben Affleck does it 10 years ago, and he's a beloved and revered character. Right. And this is far worse.
Ben Affleck is combining all the things that Democrats say they hate about Trump into one easy-to-find clip on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
He mocks the disabled,
right?
Very obviously and openly. He then
sexually aggressive and assaulting with women.
Yeah.
He seems to have no actual remorse for any of this.
Let me tell you something. Ben Affleck is not my Batman.
No, we need to bring back #NotMyBatman.
Exactly.
Because I got off of that for a while, but this is exactly why he cannot be my Batman.
This is not Christian Bale-like behavior. Christian Bale gets angry. Christian Bale shits all over the techs and the other people working on the set. Christian Bale's a maniac sometimes.
Right.
But Christian Bale doesn't mock the disabled.
No.
Christian Bale doesn't grope reporters like that.
No, instead he defeats Bane
He definitely
and
doesn't
saves
do
the
it all.
world.
Yeah, exactly. And he
So-
definitely doesn't do it all at the same time.
Should we, in an easy to find 5-minute clip,
Right.
should we get back to the Bezos portion of this story?
Well, just before that, because there's other thing, which is that, as I said, Weinstein is doing great things for everyone.
Great things?
He's exposing, through the sort of sacrifice of Weinstein,
Right.
which Hollywood is kind of proffering like some sort of Aztec human sacrifice back in the day.
Right.
We are now, bearing witness to all of the corruption and the horrible side of Hollywood that has always been there under the surface. So, and everybody who's come out to defend Weinstein or has kind of, been on the fence about Weinstein publicly, they haven't, condemned him very hard, they're getting taken down. Afflek. Oliver Stone comes out and says, guys, maybe we shouldn't have like a vigilante mob condemning Weinstein before he's had his day in court.
Right.
Within hours, gets accused of groping women 20 years ago.
But you know why I'm starting to like the silver lining of this too? At first I thought you were just being crazy, suggesting that anything good could come of this. But not only are all the Hollywood elites being taken down, but a lot of people with power and money. NBC has been exposed as trying to bury this story from the start. Not just showing the rot within Hollywood, but the rot amongst all of the elites. If you have money, if you have power, in my opinion, you've probably been complicit or acted in some type of garbage behavior. This Weinstein decades of rape is going to expose all of that. So people who love celebrities are in for a rude awakening. People who thought they could trust the news, NBC, CNN, they're in for a rude awakening.
This is the best part. Even the people reporting on the Weinstein story are in it. Because
That's right.
Jeffrey Toobin on CNN,
Yeah.
he's reporting on the Weinstein story. People forget, 5-10 years ago, the articles about him. He was married with kids, sleeping with one of his colleagues' daughters, who's 25 years his junior.
Right.
She got pregnant. He tried to force her to get an abortion. And all of this came out in court.
Yeah,
it was big news at the time. Now it's not news anymore.
I mean, this is all terrible.
All of these people have these skeletons in the closet.
And they're all hypocrites.
Yeah.
And so I actually saw Toobin on a panel on CNN discussing the Weinstein story about a week ago. And it just shocked me so much that all of them could pretend that this isn't pretty run-of-the-mill stuff for rich, powerful, I guess especially men. But men have been behaving like this for a long time. You give them enough money.
Especially in these industries.
If they can exert power over women, they've been doing it, and the news has allowed them to get away with it. Other actors in Hollywood have allowed them to get away with it.
Which brings me to my favorite part, which is Bezos.
Right.
Because Rose McGowan has been doing phenomenal work. Rose
Yes.
McGowan was in the Grindhouse, which was Tarantino and Weinstein. Has accused Weinstein of assault and rape and other things. And she's on the warpath now.
Yeah, I've been watching her Twitter account, and I love what she's been doing. Twitter actually shut her down. Did you see that?
And then as soon as she came back after being shut down, she launches into a tirade against who? Weinstein? Hollywood generally? No. McGowan was like, I'm going to set my sights a little high and go after Jeff Bezos.
And this is what I love the most. So she comes out initially attacking Weinstein, attacking all of the suppression of this news. Twitter shuts her down. They claim that they shut her down because I think one of her tweets they claim violated their policy about phone numbers.
Yeah, some bullshit to shut her
bullshit like that. So as soon as she comes back out, I think, okay, now she's going to quiet down.
Now she'll tone it down.
And she punches even further up and goes after one of the most powerful men in the world, who we already reported on last time, I think we're both a little sick of. And this is what she started doing. So I'll just read some of her tweets. At Jeff Bezos, I told the head of your studio that HW, Harvey Weinstein, raped me. Over and over I said it. He said it hadn't been proven. I said I was your proof. Fantastic. Look, more. At Jeff Bezos, I forcefully begged studio ahead to do the right thing. I was ignored. Deal was done. Amazon won a dirty Oscar. And she just keeps going on and on like this, attacking Bezos.
Yeah, so, you didn't even read the best one.
Which one was the best?
The best one is where she accuses Bezos of employing rapists and pedophiles. And the next day, the Amazon studios CEO or whatever he is gets suspended from his job.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask
This woman is on the warpath, and she's doing fantastic.
I hope she continues to take down all of these rich and powerful elites who have been not just suppressing the voices of women, but essentially who have been creating an entire culture and an industry around if you're rich and powerful, you can get away with whatever the fuck you want.
But that isn't even the best part, to my mind. The best part is the rank hypocrisy of all of these people holding themselves out to be some kind of moral conscience for the rest of the country,
Like-
while they're carrying on and while all their friends are carrying on like this.
Like George Clooney or...
Well, I mean, like, Affleck is a good example.
Right.
Matt Damon, who, by the way, hasn't said a damn thing. It'd be very interesting to see when they finally find something on him. But favorite one for me is Jimmy Kimmel. Because Jimmy Kimmel comes out
Right.
after the Vegas shooting, crying on television.
Oh, yeah, I saw
right?
that.
And he's like, all gun owners are to blame for this. And this is, obviously the country is a horrible place and you people are horrible people.
Yeah, I think we all saw that
Doesn't
clip.
say
Yeah.
Weinstein, all this stuff comes about rape and sexual assault. Hasn't said a damn thing.
Has he
about
not
it.
even commented on
Well,
it?
they finally asked him and they said, Kimmel, like, how come you make jokes about everything else? You make comments about everything else. You moralize about healthcare, about guns, and all these other things. How come you haven't talked about Weinstein, whom you know personally?
And what was his
And
response to that?
Weinstein goes, Kimmel goes, well, I'm not the moral conscience of America.
Jesus, just a week or two after he does all this stuff on healthcare and guns, which I agree with him on, he's willing to do that and further prove exactly the problem that I'm getting at here. The rich elites all protect each other. And this has become a problem not just about sexual assault and culture, but for me, a person who's constantly looking at the economics of it. I'm sick and tired of elites thinking they can get away with whatever the fuck they want. And in this case, something truly disgusting, and having all their friends, news agencies, come out and stand up for them.
This is why Bane was right.
Bane?
Bane was right.
We're going back to the Batman theme here?
Yeah.
What was Bane's point?
You have to burn it all to the ground. 'Cause it's there.
I don't think that's right.
Well, McGowan is going to burn it all to the ground.
I do-
And I say all power to him.
Rank
Maybe it would be easier if you
hypocrisy.
put your mouth on your mouth, breasts, whatever you like. And guess what is in my pants?
I need.
Yes. Oh my goodness.